Hello.
Hello,
Hi, how have you been?
I have been doing so well, Mr. Raj Ranjan. I couldn't have asked for a better surprise.
Because it was really tough to find your slot. I was searching for you that where have you
Okay.
gone?
Mm-hmm.
So I was unable to spot you. Finally, I got to know that this is the app where you are
Yeah.
taking a few sessions on
Hmm.
regular basis. So I joined it. And here
Yes,
also I was waiting for the turn and then finally I got.
that's
So I
so
thought,
sweet
okay,
of you.
yeah,
Thanks a lot. So, yes, I'm working here now. I'm exclusively available on English Yari. And it's so nice to meet you, Raj.
yeah.
Thank you so
Uh,
much for all the
and I
support.
was so curious to know
Hmm.
that where are you? What are you doing these days? Maybe
These
you had
days.
a plan of coming up with a institute or something like that, maybe for
Yes.
IELTS or other coaching center. So
Yes,
have you
yes.
started that or I mean
Not yet.
because
That's a long-term plan. You remember I told you it's a long-term
yeah
plan. That's gonna
I
take
know that
years. Yeah.
I know that, but I was
Hmm.
curious to ask only
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I remember that earlier you used to open slots for 8 hours, 10 hours, but now you have
Hmm.
reduced that. So you must be busy in some other works. So maybe in
Yes, yes.
offline centers, are you giving
Not at
more
all.
time on
No,
offline?
no, no. I have joined English Yari full time. So I take
Okay.
sessions for almost 3 hours, like 3 hours, 6 days a week. And in addition to that, I'm also contributing a little to the curriculum development. So these things are keeping me busy. Of course, I'm working with a wonderful team here on English Yari. Along with me, I have some great people helping me out. So some
Yeah, of course.
portion of my time gets spent on curriculum design. The rest of it I spend with my lovely learners in the sessions.
Great, great to know that.
Okay. Yes.
And this is
Hmm.
for other things as well. And I recalled one thing as well
Hmm.
that because I keep listening to you or with other learners as well. So one time I came across something related to Olympiad maybe. So your course,
Olympiad. Okay.
I mean, you had
My
designed some course for some students for English Olympiad or something.
Yes, yes,
Is
yes. No,
it
no. I have
correct?
not created a course. So I am teaching it. The teaching material was given to me for an English Olympiad. For
Okay.
certain reasons, I wouldn't be able to reveal the name and the projects and stuff
No, no,
because it's,
it's okay, of course.
yeah, right.
I was just
And
trying to recall that,
curious.
so it came
Yes,
to me.
yes.
So I thought of
Yes, yes, yes,
congratulating you for that.
absolutely. Oh God, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. That project I had gotten before joining the platform, so it was quite a lengthy one. So it was a pleasure. I remember at one point I was a student who was uh, writing all of these Olympiads. So now I got
Yeah,
a chance to teach it. So I think life has
yeah,
come a
sure.
full circle almost. Maybe I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Great then. And as far as I know, Mr. Raj, you're not very, into discussing or sticking only to the session material because you're quite inquisitive and you come with a bunch of interesting questions. So if you have anything to
Okay.
ask, please fire away.
I'm quite blank.
Okay. And today, the session document asks us to talk about hostel life, but I don't know if you've ever lived in a hostel or a PG or if you've ever lived away from home. So please put my curiosity to rest and answer that. Have you ever lived away from home?
As far as living away from home is concerned, yes, during my college time, I
Hmm.
was in Delhi for 3.5 years.
Okay.
But there I used to stay in a home
Okay.
that belongs to an uncle and aunt.
Hmm.
So that was not a hostel life, but of course,
Hmm.
most of the
Hmm.
time they used to be overseas. So I had
Hmm.
the time together. I
Hmm.
mean, I used to be alone
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
that home for quite a
Hmm.
few times, like 1 month or 1.5 months,
Hmm.
i- i- in just 6 months' time. So
Hmm.
that has been the situation where I have lived all by myself.
Okay. So for me personally, the first time that I lived away from home, I realized a lot of my strengths and weaknesses both. I realized that there are some things I can handle on my own, which I never thought I would be able to. And also I realized there are some things I'm completely clueless about and I need to learn. So what are some things that you learned during your short stint away from home?
uh, Even during that, i
Hmm.
I started doing something,
Hmm.
so many works related to myself on my
Hmm.
own, which
Hmm.
I had never done
Hmm.
when I was with my parents or with my
Hmm.
family.
Hmm.
So those few things are there. And I,
Hmm.
if I remember, I mean,
Hmm.
I what I'm trying to say is, I wish I could have learned cooking, because I really wanted to, but I
Hmm.
couldn't. And even though I can survive on my own for a few days, a week
Hmm.
maybe, but
Hmm.
I'm not a good cook. So
Yeah.
this is the one thing that I miss. Otherwise,
Okay.
I got some exposure to do all the other works we have to do, like
Hmm.
cleaning or washing your clothes or doing other stuff
Hmm.
on your own, which I used not to do at all when I was at my home.
Which I never used to do.
Yeah, which I never used to.
Yes, absolutely. Great, great. That's nice. And in your opinion, um, what is the difference between a house and a home? Is there a difference, or are both of them the same thing? Both these words.
House is the structure where we live,
Perfect. Yes.
and home
Hmm.
is the family. Home is the, I mean, emotion that
Hmm.
comes along with a family. So if you are not with family, you can't say that I have a home. That is what I have observed about these few things.
Yes, great, great. Agreed. Completely agree that house is, of course, just a physical structure, but when we develop an emotional connection with that physical structure or with the people in it, then it becomes a home, right?
Right.
Sometimes you uh, go away from home for studies or for work, and you meet some lovely people there. So then that place also starts feeling like home because you are
Yeah.
emotionally connected to that place now. So
And that's why we sometimes say this is extended family, or this is my new home.
yes, yes, absolutely, Raj. Completely true. Okay. And is there any decorative item or anything in your home that has a sentimental value?
Not exactly, but I
Mm-hmm.
would like to share one thing that I attach with. So the moment I see or I hear the name Diwali, a picture comes to my mind, and that is the place where I have grown up
Mm-hmm.
used to be a small village kind of place where we hardly had lights. So
Okay.
even if we had lights during the even during Diwali or even in the normal day in the
Yeah.
evening,
Yeah.
we could have experienced only the filaments of the bulb. So you would see that
Mm.
the filament is lighting that
Mm.
deep or that dim the voltage used to be those
Mm.
days. So
Mm.
during Diwali, all the houses they
Yeah.
used to lit diyas, and
They
on
used to
whether they,
they used to light diyas.
yeah, they used to light diyas, and
Mm.
they whether there's one story building or two-story building, so
Mm.
they used to keep those diyas on the railings,
Mm.
in
Okay.
the railings of the balcony.
Yes.
So that picture, that whenever I used to be on the top of my home,
Mm.
on the roof, and the way I used to
Mm.
see all
Mm.
the houses in the surrounding
Yeah.
with those diyas being light up. So that
With
is
those
the
diyas
picture
being
that,
lit
yeah,
up. With those
yeah,
diyas
lit up.
being lit up. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, those
Mm.
diyas being lit up. So that
Mm.
is entrenched in my memory. That is
Mm.
ingrained, and I can see that picture, and I wish I could have experienced even in today's era. But
Mm.
even though we use diyas even today,
Yeah.
but we use other series bulbs or Chinese lights along with that. So those lights, and I mean those lights brights so much that the diyas, the light of diyas is dim against those
Hmm.
lights.
Hmm. Okay, so those lights are so bright that the diyas look a little dim compared to
Yeah,
them, or diyas look dimmer in comparison, right?
right.
So yeah, so even I have a fascination for these like big lanterns. I love it for some reason. I don't have it in my home. We light only those earthen diyas, right? But I like the huge lanterns. But anyways, I think you have given a fantastic answer. Right. So really good. I think you've been practicing quite a bit because your sentence structures are still pretty good. You're confident. You're positive. Everything seems to be fine. As usual, there's hardly anything to judge you on. Uh, Great job. So now, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to let me
No, no question at all. I do
know.
not have any question in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I what to say more?
What
I
to
am
say? That's the question.
yeah. I mean after I mean the last time we talked maybe in
Yeah.
June or something, and
Right. Hmm.
and if after that I have taken a few tests again and
Right.
again
Hmm.
at a regular interval,
Hmm.
and I'm still at B1 or B2. So
Hmm.
I'm going up, coming down.
Hmm.
So
Just don't
yeah,
stop. Okay.
I
If you
just
want to
want to
level up now, see, you can just now that we have these online resources for studies, so you can just google, I think I've told you this before, but let me reiterate. Just google C1 level phrases, C1 level vocabulary in
yeah,
English,
of
or
course.
C1 level study material in English. Just do that much, so you will get all of these passages. Wait, in the next session when we meet again, please remind me to share C1 level resources with you. Okay.
Okay,
I'll keep it ready. I don't have it readily available on this system, but the next time we meet, the moment I see your name on the app, I will keep it ready for you. Okay.
we have one on 14th.
We have one on 14th. Great. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. I will see you on the 14th. And just remind me, like Megha, you were supposed to share some resources with me. Just tell me that and I'll share it with you. Okay.
yeah,
My memory is getting a bit weak, so I might forget. So forgive me for that.
yeah.